So, good morning, children. Happy to teach you again through online class. So, in the last class, we have seen about the different types of bond. So, in that, we have started with a new topic, that is chemical bonding. In that lesson, I have completed about ionic bond. Today, we are going to see with a new bond, that is covalent bond. We'll see in detail. Atoms can combine with each other by sharing the unpaired electrons in their outermost shell. So, bond can be formed by sharing the unpaired electrons. Sharing means what? You know what is sharing? So, sharing the unpaired electrons in the outermost shell, atoms can combine with each other. So, each of the two combining atoms contributes one electron to the electron pair which is needed for bond formation. அதாவது ரெண்டு atoms இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா each of the two combining atoms contributes one electron. So, each atom contributes one electron needed for the bond formation. According to Lewis' concept, when two atoms form a covalent bond between them, each of the atom attains the stable electronic configuration. Since the covalent bond is formed between the sharing of electron, which is common to both the atoms, it is also called as the atomic bond. Is it clear? So, covalent bond எப்போ ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோன்னா ரெண்டு ஆட்டத்தோட அவுட்டர்மோஸ்ட் ஷெல்லில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு எலக்ட்ரான் அது இன்னொரு ஆட்டத்தோட அவுட்டர்மோஸ்ட் ஷெல்லில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரானோட ஷேர் ஆகும். ஸோ இதுக்கு இடையில ஃபார்ம் ஆகக்கூடிய பாண்ட் தான் கோவலண்ட் பாண்ட். ஸோ இது ரெண்டு ஆட்டம்ஸ்க்கு இடையில ஃபார்ம் ஆகிறதுனால this is otherwise called as the atomic bond. Why it is shared? So it is shared so it attains the stable configuration. Is it clear? So once again, ನಮ್ಮ last classல I taught you about ionic bond. Ionic bond is the bond that is formed between the positive ion and the negative ion. But what happens in covalent bond? Atoms can combine with each other. Atoms can combine with each other by sharing the unpaired electrons in their outermost shell. அவுட்டர்மோஸ்ட் ஷெல்லில் இருக்கக்கூடிய அன்பேர்ட் எலக்ட்ரான்ஸோட ஷேரிங்னால வருது தான் என்னது அப்படின்னா covalent bond. So, each of the two combining atoms contributes one electron. So, ரெண்டு ஆட்டத்தில் ஒவ்வொரு எலக்ட்ரான் கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணோம். எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா which is needed for bond formation. According to Lewis' concept, when atoms form a covalent bond between them, each of the atom at why it is sharing to attain the stable electronic configuration. Since covalent bond is formed because of sharing of electron which becomes common to the atoms, it is also called as the atomic bond. It is also called as the atomic bond. Shall we see the illustration? Now look at the illustration. Sorry children. Covalent bond. Formation of hydrogen molecule H2. Formation of hydrogen molecule H2. So, this is a nucleus. Hydrogen is having the atomic number 1. So, 1 electron plus hydrogen atom. Hydrogen is having atomic number 1. So, another 1 electron. So, how it is shared? See, it is shared in between. It is shared between the in between ரெண்டுக்கும் இடையில இந்த இடத்துல ஃபார்ம் ஆயிருக்கிறது தான் shared pair of electron. Shared pair of electrons. Now look at the formation of methane molecule. So what is the formula for methane? CH4. What is the formula for methane? CH4. Okay, so carbon atom, so what is the electronic configuration? Carbon atom, it will have 2 electrons in the first shell, and the next shell it will be having 4 electrons. Next shell it will be having 4 electrons. Next 4 hydrogen. So 1 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 3 hydrogen and 4 hydrogen atom. And how it is shared? So look at this one. This is the carbon atom and this shell. So இந்த நாலுமே வந்து இங்க மேல ஒன்னு ஷேர் ஆகும், சைடுல ஒன்னு ஷேர் ஆகும், இந்த சைடுல ஒன்னு ஷேர் ஆகும், இந்த சைடுல ஒன்னு ஷேர் ஆகும். So look at the diagram. So this is the diagram. So here is this one. So here, see, I'll just draw and show you once again. So this is your nucleus and this carbon atom is having 2 shell, one and the next one. Okay, one and the next one. And next shell, so carbon is having 4 electrons. So look at that one. So 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron and this is your 4th electron. This is your 4th electron. So this hydrogen atom is shared over here. This hydrogen atom is shared over here. So this, if it is shared over here, what happens? So what happens? So this hydrogen is shared over here. And the same thing, this one, hydrogen, this is nucleus, and the same thing, hydrogen, and this is the nucleus, the same thing, so hydrogen, and this is the nucleus. So this is the formation of methane molecule. Understood the formation of hydrogen molecule? What I told you, covalent bond is the, see, atoms can combine each other. Atoms, this is one atom and this is one atom. So atoms can combine each other by sharing the unpaired. This is the unpaired. By sharing the unpaired. So this is your unpaired electron. By sharing the unpaired electrons in their outermost shell. So each one contributes 1 electron. So this contributes 1 electron, this contributes 1 electron, this contributes 1 electron, this contributes 1 electrons for the bond formation, which is needed for the bond formation. So this is the illustration of hydrogen molecule. We'll see what is given in your book, formation of hydrogen molecule. So look at this one, formation of hydrogen molecule. So hydrogen molecule is formed by 2 hydrogen atoms. While forming the molecule, both hydrogen atoms contribute 1 electron. So this is a hydrogen atom, this is a hydrogen atom. So this is your nucleus, this is your nucleus, and this atomic number for hydrogen is 1. So 1 electron. Atomic number for hydrogen is 1 electron. So இது ரெண்டுமே என்ன பண்ணும், ஷேர் பண்ணும். இது ஷேர் பண்ணப்போ the shared pair of electrons comes in the center. This is shared so to attain the stable configuration of helium. So this is your formation of hydrogen molecule. Now look at the formation of chlorine molecule. So chlorine molecule is formed by 2 now I'll tell you formation of chlorine molecule. Wait, see, formation of chlorine molecule. So chlorine is having the atomic number 17. Chlorine is having the atomic number 17. How will you distribute 2, 8, 7? How will you distribute 2, 8, 7? Yes or no, children? So 2, 8, 7. So chloride atom. So first shell will be having 2 electrons. Second shell will be having 8 electrons. Third shell will be having 7 electrons. So similarly, this chloride atom, first shell will be having 2 electrons. Second shell will be having 8 electrons and third shell will be having 7 electrons. So how the shared pair of electrons are formed? Just wait and see how it is formed. See, chlorine atom is atomic number 17. Its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 7. Its electronic configuration is what? 2, 8, 7. So first chlorine atom will be having 2 electrons. The next shell will be having 8 electrons and the last shell will be having 7 electrons. Similarly, next chloride atom. This is another chloride atom. This is another chloride atom. Then how it is sharing? Just see. So this is your nucleus. This is your first shell. So first shell will be having how many electrons? I have told you. First shell will be having 2 electrons. So this is your 1 electron and this is your next electron. Next your second shell will be having 8 electrons. Yes or no, children? So second shell will be having 8 electrons and third shell will be having 7 electrons and it will be shared. And next you draw the next chlorine atom. So first shell will be having 2 electrons, second shell will be having 8 electrons and third shell will be shared. Now look at how I am going to put this electron distribution. The first shell will be having 2 electrons, the second shell will be having 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Third shell will be having 7. So first you have to draw the 6 electron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 7th electron you have to put it over here. 7th electron. Is it clear? 7th electron you have to put it over here. Next, similarly. So this falls under first chlorine atom. The second chlorine atom, the first shell will be having 2 electron. First shell will be having 2 electron. Second shell will be having 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And third shell will be having 7. So 6 மட்டும் நாம போட்டுட்டு 1 வந்து உள்ள போட்டுப்போம் ஷேர் பண்றதுக்கு. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the 7th one will be over here. Now just close this one and see how many electrons in the last shell. Just close and see how many electrons in the last shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if you close this side and see, you will be having how many electrons in the last shell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So attain the stable configuration. So sharing of shared pair of electrons. This is called as what? Shared. This is the shared pair of electrons. This is the shared pair of electrons. Is it clear? Shared pair of electrons. This is the chloride molecule. This is the chloride molecule. Understood? So this is sharing 1 electron over here and this is sharing the 1 electron. If you just close and see, the last shell will be having 8 electrons to attain the stable configuration. If you close this side and see, the last shell will be having 8 electrons to attain the stable configuration. Is it clear, children? So this is the formation of chlorine molecule. We'll see what is given in your book. So I have told you about the formation of chlorine molecule Cl2. Chlorine molecule is formed by 2 chlorine atoms. So this is 1 chlorine atom, this is 1 chlorine atom. Each chlorine atom has 7 valence electrons. Electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. Electronic configuration is what? 2, 8, 7. These 2 atoms attain the stable completely filled electronic configuration by sharing a pair of electrons. This is attaining the stable configuration by sharing a pair of electrons. So chlorine la vanda first shell it has 2 electrons, second shell it has 8 electrons and third shell it is having 7 electrons. That is shared. 7 electrons la or 6 electrons போட்டுட்டு ஒரு electron share ஆயிருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி இந்த சைடு குளோரைன் ஆட்டம்லையும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷெல் 2 electrons, செகண்ட் ஷெல் 8 electrons, third shell 6 electrons and 1 electron is shared. So this is the shared pair of electrons which are involved in the formation of chlorine molecule. Is it clear? Understood the formation of chlorine molecule? Now then I told you about the formation of methane molecule. Look at that one. Illustration form 3, formation of methane molecule. Methane molecule is formed by the combination of 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen atoms. 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen atoms. The carbon atom has 4 valence electrons. So electronic configuration is 2, 4. 4 valence electron. This 4 valence electron are shared with 4 atoms of hydrogen to attain the stable configuration. 4 electrons 4 hydrogen atomoda share ஆகுது. எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா to attain the stable configuration. Look at that one, to attain the stable configuration. So carbon atom is having the electronic configuration 2, 4. So first shell will be having 2 electrons, second shell will be having 4 electrons. This 4 electrons will be valence electron will be shared with 4 hydrogen atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 hydrogen atomல ஒரு hydrogen atom இங்க மேலே வந்துடும், next hydrogen atom இங்கே வந்துடும், next hydrogen atom இங்கே வந்துடும். So this is the formation of methane molecule. This is the formation of what? Methane molecule. Shall we see the formation of oxygen molecule? Now we'll see the formation of oxygen molecule. So oxygen is having the atomic number 8. Oxygen electronic configuration is 2, 6. So first shell will be having 2 electrons and the next shell will be having 6 electrons. Similarly, another oxygen molecule, the first shell will be having 2 electrons and the next shell will be having 6 electrons. Is it clear? Now how it is formed, how the bond is formed. So it forms the oxygen molecule. So this is your nucleus and this is your first shell and this is your second shell. Similarly, this is your nucleus, this is your first shell and this is your second shell. Is it clear? So look at that one. The first shell will be having 2 electrons, 1 electron and another one is the next electron. So first shell will be having 2 electrons. Next shell will be having 6 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and your 5, 6 will be over here. 5, 6 will, the shared pair of electrons, 5, 6 will be over here. 5, 6. Is it clear? Now, for this one, the first shell will be having 1 electron, 2 electron. The next shell will be having 6 electron. 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5, 6 will be over here. 1, 2. Now just close this one and see how many electrons you are having in the last shell. First shell will be having 2 electrons and look at it from the last shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So attain the stable configuration, it is sharing. So you just close and see how many electrons you will be having totally in the last shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, this is 2 electrons and this is at the 8 electrons. It shares the electrons to form the stable molecule. That is, these are the shared pair of electrons. These are the shared pair of electrons. And it forms what molecule? Oxygen molecule. It forms oxygen. Sorry. Okay. It forms the shared pair of electron to attain the stable configuration. This is the formation of oxygen molecule. Is it clear? Now just see what is given in your book. Formation of oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule is formed by 2 oxygen atoms. Each oxygen atom has 6 valence electrons. So electronic configuration is 2, 6. It have 6 valence electrons. These 2 atoms achieve a stable electronic configuration by sharing 2 pair of electrons. by sharing, so this is 2 electron and this is your 6 electron. By sharing this is your 2 electrons and this is your 6 electron. By sharing this 2 pair of electrons, a double forms. So just close and see how many electrons are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you close this set, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 electrons, 2, 8. This is the formation of oxygen molecule. Next, we'll see about the formation of nitrogen molecule. Now look at the formation of nitrogen molecule. Nitrogen molecule N2, atomic number 7, electronic configuration 2, 5. Atomic number 7, electronic configuration 2, 5. So just first shell will be having 2 electrons, 1 electron, 2 electron, and the next shell will be having 5 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, the another nitrogen molecule, that is 2, 5, that is here 2, 5. So here now how it is shared to attain the stable configuration. Okay, we'll see, look at that one. The first shell will be having 2 electrons and the next shell, this is your next shell. Similarly, another nitrogen molecule, this is your first shell and this is your next shell. Is it clear? So first shell will be having 2 electrons. This is your 1 electron and this is your 1 electron. This is 2 electrons. And next nitrogen 1, 2. So remaining 3 will be shared here. 1, 2, 3. So similarly here 2 electrons, 1, 2. So remaining 3, 1, 2, 3. So just count and see how many electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many electrons totally? 1 in the last shell, totally 6 over here plus 2, 8 electrons. You just close and see, 6 over here and this one, 1, 2. So 6 electrons over here plus 2 electrons, 8 electrons. So how many electrons are shared here? 3 shared pair of electrons. 3 shared pair of electrons. Understood? So this is 2, 8. So nitrogen, triple bond, nitrogen. Here oxygen, double bond, oxygen, because only 2 electrons are shared. 2 shared pair of electrons. Here 3 shared pair of electrons. Understood this one? So this is about the formation of covalent bond. So once again I repeat, covalent bond, generally covalent bond அப்படினா ஒரு ஆட்டத்தில் இருக்க ஒரு எலக்ட்ரானோ இன்னொரு ஆட்டத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய இன்னொரு எலக்ட்ரானோ என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா ஷேர் பண்ணிக்கும். எதுக்கு அப்படின்னா ஃபார் த formation of bond. To attain the nearest stable configuration, the atoms combine together by sharing electrons. To form a covalent bond. Okay, to attain the nearest stable configuration. So first example I told you about the formation of hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen atom 1 electron, another hydrogen atom 1 electron, because atomic number 1. So இது ரெண்டும் ஷேர் பண்ணப்போ helium configuration attend பண்றதுக்காக இந்த இடையில shared pair of electrons. Next, the formation of methane molecule. So methane is nothing but 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atom. So carbon is having the electronic configuration 2, 4. ஏன் அப்படின்னா கார்பனோட atomic number என்னது 6. 6 எப்படி பிரிச்சு எழுதுறோம் 2, 4. So first shell you will be having 2 electrons and the next shell you will be having 4 electrons. Methane 1 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 hydrogen atoms that is shared. So see how it is shared. So First you draw the carbon atom with 2 electrons in their first shell, and next shell methane, one hydrogen atom is shared here, another hydrogen atom is shared here, another hydrogen atom is shared here, and another hydrogen atom is shared here. This is the formation of methane molecule. Is it clear, children? Now next I have told you about the formation of chlorine atom. Chlorine molecule is having the atomic number 17. So electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. So first shell you will be having 2 electrons, second shell you will be having 8 electrons, third shell you will be having 7. Similarly the same thing. How it is shared? So first shell அதே 2 electrons போட்டுக்கிறோம், second shell 8 electrons அப்படியே போட்டுக்கிறோம், third shell 7 electronsல 6 electrons போட்டுட்டு ஒரு electron sharingக்கு கொடுத்துறோம். அதே மாதிரி தான் next chlorine atomலையும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஷெல்லில் 2 எலக்ட்ரான் இருக்குது, செகண்ட் ஷெல்லில் 8 எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்குது, தேர்ட் ஷெல்லில் 7 இருக்குது, அதில் 7ல் 6 போட்டுட்டு இன்னொரு எலக்ட்ரான் ஷேர் பண்ணிடும். ஸோ இதை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா லாஸ்ட் ஷெல் வில் பி ஹேவிங் 8 electrons. Look at your 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. If you just close it and see, and you'll be having 8 electrons in the last shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 electrons to attain the stable configuration. The same thing, the formation of oxygen molecule. Oxygen is having the atomic number 8. So 2, 6. First shell will be having 2 electrons, second shell will be having 6 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. அதே மாதிரி தான் இந்த சைடும் oxygen atomல first shell will be having 2 electrons, second shell will be having 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how it is shared? The 6 electronsல ஃபஸ்ட் 4 மட்டும் போட்டுக்கணும், 1, 2, 3, 4 போட்டுக்கணும், நெக்ஸ்ட்டு 2 வந்து ஷேர் ஆகிடும். இதுலேயுமே 1, 2, 3, 4 4 எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்கும், இன்னும் மிச்சம் 2 வந்து ஷேர் ஆகிடும். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த ஷேர்ட் பேர் ஆஃப் electrons. That is the formation of oxygen molecule. Look at the formation of nitrogen molecule. So atomic number is 7. How will you distribute? 2, 5. First shell will be having 2 electrons, second shell will be having 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then here also first shell will be having 2 electrons, second shell will be having 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How it is shared? In the 3 electrons are involved in covalent bond formation. In the 3 electrons involved in covalent formation. So first shell 2 electrons irukku, second shell and the just close and see, look at the last shell, 6 over here and plus to 8. You just close this side and see, 6 over here and last to 8. This is the formation of covalent bond. Is it clear, children? Now we'll see the properties of covalent bond. Look at the properties of covalent bond. See, as said, the properties depend upon the nature of bonding. As I told you, properties depend upon the nature of bonding. Physical bond. See, depending on the force of attraction between covalent molecule, the bond may be weaker or stronger. அந்த பாண்ட் வந்து வீக்கர் பாண்டாக இருக்கலாம், இல்லாட்டி ஸ்ட்ராங்கர் பாண்டாக இருக்கலாம். Covalent bond exists in gaseous, liquid and solid form, just opposite of ionic bond. Ionic bond will exist in solid state, I told you. Here it may exist in solid state or liquid state or gaseous state depending upon the bond formation. Is it clear? Ionic bond, it is in solid state. Difference between covalent bond and ionic bond is an important 5-mark question. So ionic bond, it is in the solid state, but whereas the covalent bond, it depending upon the bond formation, it may be either stronger or weaker. It exists in solid state or liquid state or gaseous state. Gas na oxygen, water na liquid, solid na okay. So now listen here. So next is the electrical conductivity. Covalent bonds do not contain charged ions, so they are bad conductors of electricity. Already I have told you that ionic bonds have ions, so they are good conductors of electricity. They do not conduct ions, so covalent bonds are bad conductor of electricity. Ionic bond la high melting and boiling point, but inge vandu covalent bond la compared to ionic bonds, they have low melting and boiling point. Solubility, they are ionic bond are just opposite. They are readily soluble in benzene and carbon tetrachloride and insoluble in water. But ionic bonds, they are soluble in water but insoluble in carbon tetrachloride, but here it is just opposite. Hardness and brittleness, so covalent bonds are neither hard nor brittle, but they're soft and waxy. Covalent bonds are soft and waxy. The reactions with the covalent bonds undergo molecular reactions that are very slow. They undergo very slow reactions. So this is about the characteristics of covalent bond. So once again I repeat the characteristics of covalent bond. First thing, physical state. So depending upon their bond formation, they will be stronger or weaker. சாலிடாக இருக்கலாம், லிக்விடாக இருக்கலாம், இல்லாட்டி கேஷியஸாக இருக்கலாம். இதில் அயன்ஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகாதனால they have bad conductor of electricity. Compared to ionic bonds, they have low melting and boiling point. They have low melting and boiling point. They are bad conductors of electricity. They are soluble in non-polar solvents like benzene and carbon tetrafluoride, insoluble in water, but soluble in non-polar solvents. Covalent bonds are neither hard nor brittle. They are soft and waxy. With other things, the reactions are very slow. These are the properties of covalent bond. So far in the today's class, I have told you what is covalent bond. I have explained different examples and its characteristics. So this is an important question. So just listen to the video once or twice. Only if you practice, you will get an idea about the formation of covalent bond. Thank you, children.